会不会有病人来问问题的？没有。
会。This one is already alive. 没有。
那么
This is Facebook. It's our live. This is Instagram, our live, and
this is YouTube.
this is YouTube.
Okay, so
Whenever
how
you're
I
ready.
speak to everyone?
Yeah, you can start right now. Everything is live now.
Yeah, I just.
Okay. Hello everyone, happy Saturday. I'm Dr. Zhang from New Hope Fertility, and I hope you are all so far having a good Saturday. This is the very first time we try to have interaction with our patients online, and now we are promoting everything at home work, at home study, and we try to do at home making babies, and make babies always start at home. So we should bring this making baby business back to the home. So really would love to discuss with you, and I hope answer some of your questions related to anything related to coronavirus or fertility, how to do the workup, and if you already started fertility treatment, we would love to give you some second or third opinions. And so maybe it's a good idea for you to give us some questions, and then we'll start from there. So let's get some questions. If we don't have a question yet, and I would like to just give some general guidelines about how to start. First of all, how do you know you may have issues with the fertility? Just hold on 1 second. Let me just make sure technically we're doing right.
Nobody's.
How do I know there are questions?
So if they say something, it will pop up. So right now, no question yet.
Okay. So let me start with some very basic questions. I will give 3 topics first. First topic will be, how do we know we need to go to see a fertility doctor? And second scenario or subject I would like to talk about is about what's the first step of fertility investigation. Then I will discuss about, for some couples already start fertility treatment, and how to continue treatment. At one point you will decide whether you are in the right hands, or in the right place, whether you need to get a second opinion, or just want to get some more explanation during your treatment, or sometimes you just need the actual hand to hold your hand to help to go through this difficult moment. So in the textbook, typically we'll say if a couple have regular intercourse, let's say 2 times a week, and live together for more than 6 to 9 months if no pregnancy, and you should starting to think you may have certain degree of fertility issues, and you may need to go to see the fertility doctor. And typically a couple will spend 1.5 years before they will actually go to see fertility specialist. But now, of course, you don't need to go to see the fertility specialist. You can actually do everything at home. You log on with one of the doctors, just like it now, and we can start interaction. And that will save your time and travel all the way to a special office. And you don't really have to do this during the, your work time. You can do that on the weekend, in the evening. So I think that will be easy. Okay, come back to discuss about fertility with a fertility specialist, or just with your regular OBGYN doctor. So yes, indeed, a couple should start to become pregnant within 3 to 6 months. If not, we should starting to do three things. Number one, most time it's a lifestyle. Couples are busy, and maybe the timing not right. So first thing I would recommend is before you believe or starting to go to see ask some expert, maybe to make sure you're doing the right thing, meaning intercourse at the right time during ovulation. So you can buy ovulation kits, which you can get from any kind of pharmacy, and make sure you have intercourse immediately before ovulation, meaning that when the color of ovulation sign start to change, that's the best time to start to have your homework. And by doing so for 3 months, if still not getting pregnant, then obviously you can start to see your regular GYN doctor. They will typically do some very good preliminary workout, like to check if your tube is open, the partner sperm is good, and also do some transvaginal ultrasound to look at your ovaries, your uterus, to make sure everything was good. So this is my favorite model. Okay, so this is your uterus, and this is the two tubes, and this is the two ovaries, and this is the vagina, and this is a very narrow part is the cervix. Okay, so for the initial evaluation, you may always have heard we'll say you're going to get a transvaginal ultrasound and it's really just put a vaginal probe through the vagina. In this way, we can really see the uterus, we can see the tubes, and we can see the two ovaries. And to make sure they're in good condition, so we can see if you have a fibroid, if you have a polyps, if your tube is blocked, so we can get a good amount of information. And to be 100% to determine if your tube is open or closed, then require another test called HSG, which I'll explain shortly. So that's where the initial evaluation starts. Okay, two more important notes. Number one, if you are 38 or 40 or 30 years old or older, then you maybe want to be more proactive. I definitely recommend after 6 months you're not getting pregnant to see or talk to someone. Let's not wait for a year and a half. Secondly, if you have very, very irregular period, then you probably don't want to wait for 6 months or a year and a half. You probably want to see a specialist as quick as possible. Okay? Now, why is it so important? Let's look at these charts, okay? Hold on 1 second. This chart looks very complicated, but it's very easy. Look at these red bars and the green column. This tell you what's the chance your egg going to produce a good embryo to make babies. At age 35 or younger, your embryo 60% are making right embryo. But if you're 42 years older, it's only 10% this way. So that's why I said if you're 38 years old or older, then you really want to be more proactive. This is what I mentioned. Now, I'm going to show you what the best way to determine if your tube is open or not open, and when might be the best time to check your tube is open or not open. Hold on 1 second. So this is a test. It's called history cell immunography. This is how to test your tube is open. So we inject some dyes from the ladies' cervix, and the dye should come out like through your tubes. So if the tube is open, then we should see the injected dye will be spilled out. If the tubes are closed, like you can see from here, you will not see the spillage of the dye. That's how you know the tube closed or open. Okay? Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. So this is the first step to start so-called initial fertility workout. I'm going to stop to continue later for the next two subjects that I'm going to talk about. Since I got a little question, it's a very popular question, so I will answer this question. And for the couples and who are not relevant to this question but still going to hear. So the question is, at what age a woman should consider to freeze their eggs? That's a great question. So first of all, I will show you what does the egg look like and what is egg. So this is what the egg look like. Okay, this is forget about the needle, don't worry about it. This is the human eggs. So eggs meaning a cell from women's ovary. After they meet with the sperm, they're gonna become fertilized egg called embryo. So this is the fertilized egg. This is the egg. And normally sperm egg meet each other in the fallopian tubes, at the opening of the tubes. That's where sperm egg meet each other, in the tubes. Okay? Ladies are born with a certain number of eggs. When you use up all these eggs, you're gonna go post-menopause. And ladies started to losing eggs dramatically after age of 35. So the best time to freeze the eggs is ideally between 35 to 39. Less than 35 years old, even better, because you may need less effort to get a good amount of eggs for future. If you are older than 39 years old, then you may need to fertilize more eggs, may need more effort. So if you are freezing eggs after age 35, then you may need more effort, because age is very important. So the best time to freeze eggs, in my opinion, in our center, I would say at the latest between 35 to 39. Got it? And it also depends on many different perspectives. Again, the ovarian reserve. If the lady born with less eggs, then you may want to start egg freezing earlier. If you have an access to freeze eggs, you may want to start early. So it's not just a medical decision. It also depends on many other decision factors. So egg freezing to us, it's a very important part of ladies' general well-being. We since started freeze egg from 2004, and then we have witnessed how important this process for many ladies, and it just empower the ladies and to be more confident in their life, and if they have some eggs being frozen. Okay, now I'm going to continue my second and third question. So second question is that once we did the initial workout, as I described, check the tubes, and check the sperm, and check my ovaries. So what might be the next step? Next step, we'll be starting with some very minimal intervention for the treatment. So if tube is open, sperm okay, then we may start with artificial insemination, also we call it IUI. Sometimes we can start with timing interval just to give some medicine, get the timing right, particularly for the couples, the lady do not have regular period. And if the husband's sperm is suboptimal, but not really very severely poor quality, it also can benefit from intrauterine inseminations. Okay, so this is the second part. And once a couple not getting pregnant, and also due to the, let's say, the blockage of the tubes, and for many different reasons have to move on to in vitro fertilization, then we will start in with a totally different kind of treatment plan. Now, the most difficult part of the fertility treatment journey for the couple and also for the patients, for the physicians, is for the couples who has gone through 1 or 2 or 3 years of infertility treatment, and particularly in this group of the couples, at least 70% of the couples already gone through the most advanced treatment, so-called IVF, in vitro fertilization, and they are still not getting pregnant. That's the most difficult group. Why? For the couples, emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially, it's very draining to go through so many cycles. But for the physician, because usually these couples already went through thorough infertility workup, they have done everything, just not getting pregnant. So it's all kind of challenging for the physician to come out with the idea why so far no pregnancy, and why you came to see us, and I do something different, and you got a baby with us. That's hard. And in this kind of situation, of course, for myself, this is my favorite patients, because not like I feel it's more challenging, because you feel like this kind of couples and even more helps. So I will discuss this group of patients. For this group of patients, I think the most important thing is to sit down with your own physicians, or with, if you want to get a second opinion, with another fertility specialist, really review the whole record, as you may already know, and really analyze stimulation protocols, and how much medication we get, how many eggs we get, how many fertilize we need to certain stage of embryos. And then really needed to think out of the box to try some approach completely different. Because usually we'll say the same approach for 2 to 3 cycles is still not working, and it's really time to try different protocols. Just give you an example how many protocols, generally speaking, doctor can discuss about it for IVF. Here, let me show you. So here I can just show you a few protocols. We can do this without any medication. It's called a natural cycle for in vitro fertilization. We can give you just a few pills. It's called ultra minimal stimulation IVF. We can give you some pills with a few injections. It's called a minimal stimulation IVF, or we can give a full heavy daily injections called a conventional IVF. Okay, and furthermore, we can give you so-called needle-free IVF, and you're really just taking all the medicine with the pills and a nasal spray, and give you as efficient results or very close results to injection, where you really eliminate all the injection. But this, again, even with so many protocols, they are still just guidelines. Why they are just still like the guidelines? Because every patient can be very different, and every different patient needs a different protocol. So these 5 still the guidelines, still have many different protocol or modification. Some lady may need some preparation with the estrogen patch, some may need some birth control pills, preparation, and some may even start a cycle after the patient just ovulated. Some may even add on some growth hormones. So it's very variable, and you really have to understand your age and what's the reason you're not getting pregnant, what's your ovarian reserve, and that's all going to affect what protocol we are going to choose. Okay, and so these are all the things can be reviewed for the patients or couples who has failed the treatment for a while, and we should review everything and then start from there. I will see if we have some questions, and I feel that if you answer a question, then my discussion with you all will be more relevant to your need. Hold on 1 second. Do we have any questions?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
First question is about coronavirus.
So this question about how the coronavirus can affect the fertility treatment and how the coronavirus can affect the current IVF cycle, I get this question at least 5 to 10 times every day, and this is my number 3 time I answer this question. So this is a great important question. So I will answer this question by also asking you guys some questions. And my first comment is that we all have to live a very healthy lifestyle and lead a very hygienic, alert, and be precautious lifestyle, which is not just for today, for now, for coronavirus. And I just give you a small scenario, and you don't need to answer my question, but just think about it. Among your friends, what exactly they would have done. So, as you already know, to protect the infection from coronavirus, one of the most important things is really wash your hands, and wash your hands after you first thing step into our clinic. We have a sanitizer right in front of the elevators. And you definitely wash your hands with the first thing you want home, and first thing you got home. And obviously, before you bring something to your mouth when you eat something. So wash your hands. Now, 2 things. The first is a recommendation or reminder. Second, I'll give a real scenario just to tell you the importance to practice a good, healthy lifestyle, which I really think nothing to do with the coronavirus. So when you wash your hands, you wet your hands and you put the soap. You really have to scrub for 20 seconds, okay? If the kids, you have to tell them, you have to sing happy birthday song twice to scrub your hand, to really wash your hands properly. Second, let me give you a scenario. Before this happened, you don't ask me my question, okay? But just think about the scenario. When we go to restaurant, if you go to a Japanese restaurant, usually they give you something very wet, as a wet cloth, a wet towel, and to clean your hands. But when we go to the conventional restaurants, usually you sit down and the waiter or waitress hand you the menu, you order your food, then you wait for your food, then you ask you what kind of drink you want, you may get some drink, or did you pour some ice water, and then you're waiting for your food. And before you order the food arrive, usually, not always, but usually the first thing arrived in your table is bread. So, including myself, we started some bread while waiting for the food. And very common, we use our naked hand to pick up the bread, and sometimes we'll just peel the bread and tear the bread, take a piece of bread, and then maybe put olive oil or put some butter, and we start putting our fingers. So don't answer my question, but think about it yourself. Among your friends or yourself, how often when you get to the restaurant, before you touch this bread, it's put into your mouth, you actually go to the bathroom to wash your hands. And 100% of the time, 80% of the time, 50% of the time, or not at all, you never even thought about it. So like this kind of lifestyle had to be changed and had to be changed for the rest of your life. Nothing to do with the coronavirus. Now let's get to the point. So coronavirus has no evidence to affect the egg quality. Obviously, when you infected with this virus, you definitely will stop your fertility treatment. So as long as you are not affected, then you can continue the fertility treatment. But most common question is that during the treatment, what happens if the city is shut down and I'm halfway through the fertility treatment? Then what is that going to happen? Let's put what's the possibility this going to happen on site, but if all of a sudden you don't have access to come to the fertility clinic, have no chance to come to our clinic, then we stop right there. Let's say you went through halfway through, and we can continue when the whole scenario finished. So the most important thing is what happens if you already get egg retrieved and your egg is growing in the lab. That's really not a problem. We have a team ready. We will freeze your eggs, your embryos at any stage. When the crisis is finished, we can thaw and finish the remaining part. So practically, it will not affect your eggs or embryos quality in the lab. But then question about if I already started treatment, I'm taking medicine and I'm going through this blood work, ultrasound, and then if tomorrow you don't have access to our clinic, then obviously then we'll cancel the cycle, we'll start again when all this crisis is complete. So generally speaking, in conclusion about coronavirus, I think important to wash hands, and if you are not wearing mask, you should wear a mask when you feel you are sick, and stay at home. And in our clinic now, we have a fully established system to prevent this to be infected. So you have to wash your hands and stay away from big crowd for prolonged period of time. If you have to go to shopping or somewhere with lots of people, I strongly recommend you should wear masks. Let's answer the next question. So so next question is about ovarian rejuvenation. Ovarian rejuvenation is a procedure which is started for the ladies who undergo premature ovarian incontinence, meaning that they run out of eggs, they don't have a period before even reach 40 years old. Rejuvenation is somehow let these ovaries to restart making eggs so lady can have a baby by natural conception or through in vitro fertilization. And the technique originally is really using human stem cells from fat from bone marrow. However, due to the fact that while stem cells are very efficient, but it's harder to get, so the alternative product is PRP. PRP is the platelets, which is the product in your blood. Platelets-rich plasma. So basically, it's a condensed collection of platelets from your blood, then inject into your ovary. That's called PRP injection. In the case of stem cell, you inject stem cells. This procedure also started extending for the patient who are unable to produce high quality eggs and for the patient who weigh beyond 40 years old. And it works seems to certain patients after age 42, however, not as efficient. The pregnant rate is definitely not as high as a group who undergo this process at the age of 40 years old or younger. Got it?
Another question is that so this patient had 2 failed cycles at other clinics. She had really low AMH and 4 ovarian reserve. And then all her suggestion is
You know, this is such an interesting question. I would literally just about half an hour before we start this session, I was speaking to Dr. Ocha, one of our doctors and my close colleagues, about how the personal care, how important the personal care. And because for the lady with the low ovarian reserve or lady with advanced maternal age, each lady is so different. Same lady in different cycle, very different. And our memory is so limited. And every physician sees so many patients every day. And some physicians have a good resource, may have more assistant, more secretary service, and more nurse can help. Some physician may very hands-on and put everything in the iPhone and do everything himself or herself. But our human memory just very limited. And all you guys know, my doctor is very busy. They call me after 5 minutes. I can tell he's in a rush to go somewhere else. He wants me to go. You know, is a fact. And most of the patients will have this experience. But with a lady who is a difficult case, it doesn't need more time. And physician need more time to discuss with the patient. Because medical decisions are not just medical decision. You also have to have the patient involved with the patient's what is their major concern. That's why I always say that medicine to a certain extent it's still not quite 100% science, but it's science. It's more arts. It's art, and it turned out to definitely can different. So in New Hope, we try to do 3 things. First of all, we're trying to have a patient assigned to a specific team, so the team member will really remember your case well. The first thing, you have to remember your case well before you can give you a better recommendation. So we do different. And number 2, as I show you, we have a way more different kind of protocols. And for the patient with a low ovarian reserve, maybe we're starting with the natural, so without taking any drugs. We need to focus on quality, not quantity. And so this just gives some example what we might do different.
So last question. At what point would you suggest patients to go with donor options?
This is not a simple question. The question is at what stage we will recommend the patient to go for the donor embryo. Again, this is a question not a purely determined or recommended just by physician. You really have to get a couple involved. I will say this is a scientific question. This also is a socioeconomic question. Medical is very easy. After age of 46, you really should go for the donor. After age of 43 to 46, you still have a chance to make a baby with your own eggs, but you really have to be prepared. Huge amount of your time, money, strength may not have a return, meaning a life birthday. And socioeconomic is also very important. I just give you a couple of scenarios. A lady at the age of 39 years old with the AMH 0.5. They want to produce 1, 2, or 3 eggs. And I know this lady will have a baby if she mentally prepared to try for 6 months to 9 months or a year and a half. But she may not be tired. She may be totally exhausted, tired, insurance may not cover. And then she may decide that with this 30% chance, she may decide still better off with the donor eggs. And I give you another scenario. A lady working at the age of 40, and the chance of pregnant will be even lower than the lady at the age of 39. And I remember to give a story. And if the lady said, I'm the only child, and my family blood started from ABCDE, we really, really want to have a baby with my own egg. And then this lady may want to try a little bit longer. I'll give you another scenario which can cause exactly opposite decision. A couple both had children in their previous marriage and they came together and say, now it is both for the second marriage and now we want to have a child for our own. The husband already have 2 children in previous marriage. The wife has 3 children with previous marriage. Now, wife is 43 years old. Okay, in this kind of scenario, I can see the couple will have exactly opposite decision in their view of donor egg. One group of couple will say, no, I would never, I shouldn't say never, we are highly unlikely we will even think about the donor egg. We both already have children. Why we want to go through the whole thing just to get pregnant with somebody's sperm or somebody's eggs? So I can tell, so she make all the sense. They make all kind of sense. Yeah, either they will try very hard with their own eggs because they really don't think a donor egg will be their option. And even at the age of 33, I started to recommend a donor egg, and half the couple will accept. But in this couple, because they both already have children of their own, and they will not readily, maybe never accept a third party reproduction, meaning using donor eggs. But let me give another scenario, exactly the same couple, same kind of situation, different couple. They will say, oh, we are readily accept the donor eggs. And I also ask them, so why you are ready to accept when another couple in your situation just say they will never? So very simple. And I have hundreds of babies already. My husband had millions of babies. We are very happy that we all have children with our own genetics. But for us now, we love each other so much. It is our new family, and we both married. First marriage was very early. We never experienced how to raise a child. And we think that to raise a child now, to bring up another very useful human being, is way important than it was my DNA or not my DNA. So that's why they say, you know what, we're definitely not going to try for a year or two, and we know we have a chance, but we just want to try 1 or 2 times with our own eggs first. If it doesn't work out, we are very ready to move on to donor eggs. See, so the cultural background is different, socioeconomic status is different, understanding of the life are different. So while medically I would say after ages 43 to 46 you start thinking about it, but in reality couples could be very, very different in terms of determining when they are ready to move on to, or they ever will be ready to move on to a third party reproduction, meaning using donor sperm, donor egg. Okay, so I hope you guys had some fun with me and learned something on JCAS information. It was a great pleasure to meeting with you all, even though I cannot see who you are and tell who you are, but I enjoyed to have this conversation with you, and thank you for spending some time with us in such a nice weather. Saturday, it looks like early spring, so I hope you can enjoy the rest of the day. And nothing personal. I hope you all got pregnant on your own. Never need our help. So never see you again. Bye.